Hey everybody, this is part 2 of Season 2's bonus fat for On the Record. We're back and we're going to pick up with our heroes where we left off previously. They had played a rogue show in the Luddatown Square, and it appears that the police have taken notice. But before we get to that, for once, we actually have corrections and general fan mail. So we really fucked up on the Screeching Weasel. We really fucked up on the Screeching Weasel episode. So listener Derek says, "You guys mentioned Jughead's Revenge today in the Weasel episode. Kind of made it sound like Jughead from Weasel was in that band. You wouldn't be happy to be trolling, right?"
We are.
Nope, we were not. I think
just wrong.
My thought process on that whole thing was that who else would really care that much about Archie comics to make an Archie comic theme band other than somebody from Screeching Weasel? I just thought it was Jughead's revenge as in Jughead is getting out from under the thumb of Ben Weasel or something. But no, we were wrong. Completely different band.
Screeching Weasel has always been such a revolving door of people. I guess I just assumed.
And they do. I mean, Screeching Weasel spawned like probably a half a dozen different bands at minimum. And I mean, when you go down the family tree from there, it's probably even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ben said it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess it is probably that guy, isn't it?" Knowing full well, I had no clue if he was right or wrong. It just sounded right, so I just went with it.
That's why you guys got to be listening sharply.
I just say whatever on this podcast, so I assume everyone just takes the same,
I'm just
directive.
happy that somebody found something to correct.
Yeah.
We make a lot of assumptions, guys. We make a lot.
I'm tired of being right so often.
we're like I said, we're not experts. We're just some shitheads that bought microphones. So I want to follow it up with we got a sweet message that actually had something to relay. If I'm not reading anything you sent to us, it's because you just told us that you liked us, which we really value, but we're not vain enough to read.
Not yet.
People just telling us how great we are.
Next season's bonus fat. We're just going to read all the praise emails.
Mm-hmm.
So this comes from Jeff from Belgium. Okay, guys, you asked for feedback, so here's some. Great show. Enjoy revisiting all the records or discover old ones, just like you guys do. The Swingin' Utters episode made me chuckle because it reminded me of the same trash talk I had back in the days with some old friends. I was more into them than most people I knew, since I guess I was more heavy into the 77 punk. So 25 years ago, I heard the same words from my friends who were more on that melodic stuff, etc.
What the
what was that?
That?
It sounded like somebody on a megaphone.
Did you just use the
No, I swear to God, I didn't touch anything.
That's not the soundboard?
No, I don't know what that was.
Dude.
That was real bizarre.
Picking up radio signals?
Yeah, that's bizarre. There's a ghost. There has been a ghost in the machine following me around for like a year now.
Jesus. I don't like the sound of that.
At school when I'm teaching, the slides always move back and forth. Like while I'm up lecturing, and the damn ghost.
And I like that you just bring that voodoo in here for 2 seasons without telling us. You've got some weird fucking technological It Follows thing going on. I don't mind dying, but I don't think I was going to happen that fast.
Well, I mean, just don't have sex, right?
Well, yeah, I guess I'm good then, so we're fine. Moving along.
Oh boy! All right.
Podcast.
No, that email makes me very, very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I too. I think my problem with I was about to call them Jughead's Revenge with Swingin' Utters is that they it's all the talk about getting drunk and stuff, like just almost every freaking song, and then there's a bit too of like like a Celtic folk punk vibe to it.
You have to have a specific taste for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And
I think we all mentioned too, it's one of those records where, like, had we heard it in a more formidable era of our lives, we probably would have had a lot more attachment to it.
Yeah.
And I think the people that it does resonate with, I think all heard it, when they were first getting into punk or like first discovering their own bands.
Yeah.
I think.
All right.
Wasn't I the only person that actually really liked it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Ben and I were pretty much just like, nope.
There's something about the accordion that they used on those songs.
Dude,
that
those are the songs that I really dig. Yeah.
I was totally fine with it. I was like, this is interesting.
Had there been more accordion, I probably would have liked more of the album.
All right, guys. Well, so
thank you for that email, by the way. Send some more.
Yeah. No, it's very nice to get emails of encouragement from you guys. Like I said, we've had others, but I don't want to just sound like a jerk that just reads things telling me I'm great. All right. So remind me of your guys' band name. Because I didn't write it down.
Maybe you should remind me because I didn't write it down either.
It's wait, Pretty Boy Paul? Is that what? And
Pretty Boy Paul
and the Luddites.
Yeah. That was that. I believe that was our name change.
Well, so our name that we chose in the first half was the Luddites, but then afterwards, because we liked the fact that Pretty Paul was our vocalist, I thought it would be kind of great to just call the band Pretty Paul and the Luddites. That sounds like
Pretty Paul and the Luddites. Yep,
Pretty Paul and the Luddites.
I like how none of us wrote it down. Not one of us.
I figured you guys were writing it down.
You're running the game.
I mean, I do technically have the character sheets in here. So.
There we go.
I knew about the name change. And then, in addition to all of that, is this a 20? It's not. I don't know. There's the 20. Did you guys have actual names other than Josh and Alex?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine. We're not going to worry too much about that.
I mean, we'll probably do the Ramones thing where it's like Alex Luddite and Josh Luddite, where Pretty Paul stays Pretty Paul.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so the cops showed up at the end of your show. You guys collected $40 in tips from people that were listening.
Not bad.
But the cops are here. They have swords because they don't believe in machinery in this town.
Right.
And you guys have fists. Just making sure that you understand that.
Yeah. Not to get into a fight?
Fully capable.
It's an option. You guys have all options available. You can try diplomacy.
We will die
fighting.
They got swords.
But Officer Dickface, the swords the swords hit hard.
I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. That's
you might be able to
do.
You might be able to hit like somebody with a guitar or something, or
what if we try maybe pay these guys off?
That's a possibility. So Officer Dickface approaches you.
Money talks.
With two of his goons, and he says, "What are you guys doing? We're not trying to have any rock and roll fun in this town.
We're just playing Neil Diamond covers, sir.
That's not going to work. We strictly listen to ragtime in this town."
Oh, well, did I mention I love vaudeville? Because that's what we were playing was vaudeville songs, famous vaudeville songs that have titles.
Name one.
Why are you working against
George Gershwin? Ragtime Gal.
I was just curious as to whether you knew any ragtime songs.
I listen to a lot of ragtime on Spotify, but I never pay attention to the song titles. So now it has really bitten me in the ass.
Are you being serious
Isn't it
right
like,
now?
Yeah, I listen to. I found a play. I just searched for like ragtime radio on Spotify because I like old timey like piano music. I just think it's funny. And it's like sometimes I need a pick me up, and I just listen to weird old ragtime songs.
So do you like play it on headphones, or do you like?
Yeah, I have earbuds in. I have earbuds in at work, and like so I'll just listen to it while I'm working.
Wow,
that is terrifying to hear. Like imagining that. Like there's people walking around you out in public. They're just listening to fucking ragtime. Like
they have no idea. It's that meme. They have no idea I'm listening to ragtime.
That is very unsettling.
Freaking circus music. Oh,
right. Very judgmental atmosphere right now. I really like this.
So, Officer Dickface says that it is a $40 fine for playing rhythmic rock and roll music and polluting the minds of the youth of Ludatown. So you can either pay the fine, you can tell them to get fucked. But again, let me see here. You guys only have fists currently,
And they
which have a
dull
base
swords.
damage of 3. They have short swords, which have a base damage of 9.
Oh fuck!
No,
So
no.
Oh, man, I don't know. You want to pay these pigs off, or
Can Pretty Boy
Can we pay-
Paul talk to him and maybe like use his charming abilities to get the fine down to like $20?
okay,
or
yeah,
like,
yeah. So,
or like
so
we play some cop's kid's birthday or something?
um,
Can we
okay.
steal from the cops? Can we pay them off and then just steal $40 worth of shit from them?
Those are all things that might be able to happen. So yeah, so Pretty Paul maintains a lot of his aura by just not talking very much.
Yeah,
Oh,
the frontman mystique. Yeah,
He's got a lot of wisdom, which allows him to write lyrics that really connect with your audience. But his charisma is no better than either of yours. But
Wait, I thought you said that when we were recruiting that he had higher charisma.
I may have been wrong about that. It's okay. He's
Ben, that's why he's the vocalist.
no, the wisdom allows to better writing. But
I'm talking about the charisma.
yeah,
Okay. All right, that's fine.
It's what it says here.
Okay.
I don't make the rules, even though I
But you
technically
literally
make
did.
the rules.
I mean, I could retcon him to be
No,
a little dumber and a little more charming.
no. I think you keep the original stats. Maybe I just didn't remember that it was like.
I mean, yeah. You guys have the same charisma, so it's a wash. Do you want to try to haggle it down? How far do you want to haggle it down? It's going to affect the catch. Not the catch.
Let's see if we can talk them down to $20 for the fine.
Yeah, just like it's like, hey, it's like this is our first infraction. Can we get like a,
Yeah, like a warning shot.
just a warning, or maybe can we get it down to a warning, or can we get it down to $20? Cut it in half.
So Dickface, he thinks a bit about it, and he says, "Get it down to 30, and I've got these damn kids always listening to that rock music on their Walkmans. How would you feel about playing a birthday party for them? But you can only play ragtime."
Oh no,
We don't even have any horns.
I don't have a single wash tub, not one.
You could recruit people to play horns.
Yeah, although I bet you we could find a wash tub in this
Some-
town pretty easily.
Washboards and jugs. Yeah, spoons on jugs and shit. Okay, how about this? We'll agree to play the birthday party if we only have to pay $20 fine.
It would play our own songs.
25.
All right,
Wait,
fine.
That sounds like a deal to me.
Settled.
Okay.
No
All right.
ragtime.
We have our next
So-
show lined up too.
You have your next show lined up. Now
Gonna be
you're
a
going to be
banger.
playing it. Now you actually get to play it on a stage.
Nice.
Oh wow, the birthday party has a stage. That's fancy.
Well, it's in the same town square. But you guys had played away from the stage because the that was where the cops were.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to avoid. So yeah, you're gonna play on the stage in the Ludatown show. So there are still 2 guys you could recruit to blow into jugs and shit and play watching boards. Do you want to seek out Olivier and Greg?
What do you think, Alex?
Well, first of all,
Do
I
it-
thought
do it.
Olivier was the merch guy.
I mean, he could do whatever. He
Okay, I
could,
guess that's
he could-
true. Yeah. So we can. Well, okay. So we'll ask Olivier if he would like to play the jug.
Olivier says, "Oh, I love to play jug."
Well, perfect.
Of course you do, you fucking French bastard.
The classic French instrument, the jug. It's supposed to have wine in it.
Mhm.
No, it's
He's
an
going-
instrument.
Actually, you know what? I think that a true Frenchman would say, "Oh, it's for a cop's birthday party." Fuck that.
Yeah.
we just get him wine drunk
well,
first.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did actually. Once you brought that up to him, he is like, "Oh, cops."
Told us to fuck off, huh?
Yeah. He's gonna go protest it.
Yeah, Olivier is now currently protesting
Okay.
your
That's cool. Like, I mean, if he wants to hang out outside the cop's house, and
Right.
set a trash can on fire, I'm all for it. Adds to the atmosphere.
Absolutely, it does.
he's going to be like chopped in half at the end of it.
Why are you telling us now?
Well, I'm just saying, like you've got him like agitating the cops at one of their children's birthday party.
Oh man, that would actually you should roll for that to see if Olivier protesting outside gets him.
Causes a
A
problem.
cop's gonna run him through with a sword while we're playing.
Oh God, this
Wow.
town is
So-
awful.
Yeah.
So do you want to try to recruit Greg? He loves cops. He's an anarcho-capitalist.
I don't like that either, but okay.
No, I'm not a fan.
I don't.
mean,
I don't want anybody in our band who loves cops.
no, I don't even know if I want anybody that loves cops in my friend circle at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah,
Greg is a.
you have Greg play the jug for this one-off
Yeah.
event.
You can
Yeah.
kick him out of the band afterwards. He's kind of dumb.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, good.
All
We can
right.
get him to carry everything too. Then
So you guys are like loading stuff in, and you notice that the cops' little like shed that they work out of is currently unattended. Do either of you want to try to sneak in and snoop
Yes.
around?
100% I do.
All right. There's so let's see here.
I'm gonna steal somebody's lunch.
So you have not been caught yet, but
So
so you sneak it. You start sneaking into the cops' hut, and you take a look around, and you notice a few short swords just laying around.
That's 9 damage, baby.
What do you do?
I'm gonna take them.
All right.
I'm gonna take 2 of them. How did you say there was 2, or was there more than 2?
There were 3, but you can only if you want, you can only take 2.
Yeah, I just want to take 2.
All right. So you grab the swords. What are you going to do with them? Like, are you going to hide them somewhere?
We're gonna squirrel them away in the van. There's a couple panels below the floor.
So the van, if you had one, would
Oh yeah,
be
we don't
like-
have one yet, do we?
Yeah, it'd be like 15-minute walk out of town to get to the van because they're not allowed in town.
wait, okay, so stuff them in your your guitar case.
Yeah. What I'll do is hide them behind the felt in my bass guitar case.
All right.
Make a little like a trap door kind of thing, like El Mariachi
Okay.
or
So
Delante West.
all right. So you guys start setting up on the stage. Greg is there. He is actually for the jug. He's just drinking craft beer out of a jug.
Yeah, just a big old growler.
Yeah, so the growler is just what he's going to blow into. You're on a stage. It's going to be in front of a fountain. They don't, use electricity to run the fountains. They use that like old style
there you
that I
go.
think they used to have in Egypt. Now you said that, well, at the moment, Olivier is gathering materials from around town to stick into a trash can. You guys are going to set up on stage, and you guys are going to start playing. Let's see here. Not demo recording. Playing a show. Name checks. All right. So, how many songs are you going to play for this kid's birthday?
You just go with the demo, play the 4 songs, you
Play
think?
the first. All right. So let's see. Practice. Is that what I'm looking for? I'm gonna have to cut some of this. Some of this shoot back and forth across pages.
Oh, that's all right.
So let's see. I'm gonna have some quality checks. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you guys are, tuning up, doing a sound check. It doesn't really make sense that you're doing a sound check because there is no sound system, but you just start you know that's
Yeah,
what you
warming
do.
up.
So you guys are in sync, you're in tune, and you really got that X factor.
Very, very quickly that happened.
Well, you're just tuning up, yeah. All right. So you play your first song, and it goes pretty well. And yeah, you guys did pretty well in that. And Olivier is currently gathering some kerosene.
Oh no. This is really going from, I don't know, from 0
All
to
right.
death match, I guess.
Second, the second song, you know, wasn't as good as the first one. But the cop's an idiot and he can't really tell. His kids can tell. Mostly it was Greg that ruined it.
Yeah, well,
And
Greg.
always
now
Greg.
there's a trash can on fire, and see, Olivier is shouting, "No justice, no peace." And let's just say that one of the cops has taken notice of him, and he is heading into the hut to go grab a sword.
That's
They're gonna
not
put
good.
they're gonna put Olivier down. All right. So for your third song, you do knock that one out of the park. So Olivier is kind of distracted. The cop is coming out with one sword. There was one left over. Dick Face is like, "Where are the other swords?" The cop says, "I don't know. They're missing." And Dick Face gets really fucking mad. He starts looking around, and they blame Olivier. Your last song doesn't go over terribly well with the crowd. They're kind of
we did play Fuck Authority, so that didn't work out super well. It's a Pennywise cover.
Yeah. So you guys, overall made some fans. I mean, your fans are children.
Sure.
But
Well,
you made some fans.
so are no effects, is what you're saying.
And now the one cop is coming to quell the unrest from Olivier.
Sure, as you're wont to do.
So what do you guys want to do? You want to bounce? You want to?
I think it's probably time we get out of town.
Yep.
Or at the very least, get back to wherever we're crashing, whoever's couch we're sleeping on.
Okay. Yeah. You can do that.
Yeah, because I don't think I would want to use the sword necessarily to attack the cop. That just seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah, behind enemy lines and all that.
Yeah,
this
I
is
mean,
good.
plus, you don't want to traumatize children.
Plus, Olivier had it coming.
Olivier
Uh,
is going to pick up the trash can.
while it's on
Um,
fire?
He's got leather gloves
Oh my
on. It's
God.
fine. He's got workman's gloves on.
and he throws it at the cop that's approaching him with the sword.
Man.
And it does 15 damage to the cop. I should probably figure out
Nice.
what the cop's HP is.
I feel like
Hopefully,
you got
like
hit by a
18.
flaming trash can. That should be enough to.
Yeah, it should be lunchtime right there.
Oh, wow.
He is badly burned. The cop is.
Jesus.
This is the greatest role playing game ever.
The cop is badly burned, but he's still ticking. So he approaches Olivier with his sword.
Uh-oh.
So the top dex plus 9. He does. Olivier is very badly wounded. Olivier now only has his fists left. So
It's just a head and some fists.
Olivier only has his fists left, so he takes a swing. And he does hit the cop for 3 damage. The cop has 4 HP left. Olivier currently has like 3 left.
Oh no.
And then the cop, with one final swing, it's a nat 20. Olivier is dead in the square.
Oof. My guy Olivier.
This is
Really
gonna
hoping
have
for a Rocky
this is gonna
ending
have
where they both
far-reaching
fall.
consequences for
This
the
is-
campaign.
This is not what I really wanted. I mean, I just wanted a distraction. I didn't want anybody to die.
No one asked for this. I'm
Wow.
just telling you right now, Olivier was not following any orders. He was not. We did not tell him to do this.
Oh, we did. We actually probably discouraged him from.
Yeah, I would say that we very level-headedly were like, "Man, this is a bad idea, Olivier,"
Yeah.
and he was like, "Fuck you guys," and we were like, "Whatever you got to do, man."
Yeah.
And then he
I
did
mean,
it.
Protest
So-
peacefully. Don't protest in such a way
That's a
that
shame,
you
man.
are destroying people.
Could have just burned down a target like anybody else.
Officer Dickface comes to you guys. He's like, "Well, we're never going to allow music to be played in this town ever again."
Oh no.
But
You really fucked up.
I guess you've paid your debt to society. We got to go find some swords. So be aware that you don't want him to see you with swords.
Right? Yeah, it's a pretty much dead giveaway that we stole them.
All right. So I think this is probably a good spot to take a break. We will carry on our wayward sons after this next segment.
Are we gonna have a funeral for? Or yeah, we're gonna have a funeral.
That's
for-
probably happening in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I mean, his dad is fucking livid. His dad's like a big ad
would be too.
executive in like one of the big cities. His dad actually like walks 15 minutes every day to the parking lot where everybody keeps their cars because nobody really follows any of the Luddite rules. Like they all have like workarounds like the Amish do.
Yeah, ball parking satellite lots.
Yeah, there's satellite lots he's parked in, he drives, and so he's got some powerful friends. And the fact that his son was chopped in half by
I didn't know that was
Dang.
gonna happen.
a unregulated police force
I didn't know
It's
it was gonna
going to-
happen.
Oh my god.
is going to have some consequences for the town as a whole.
Jeez. Feel bad for anybody who lives there.
All right, guys. So last time we did this, we talked about what our favorite episodes we recorded this past season were. So I was curious as to what your guys's were.
Honestly, that Swinging Utters episode, even though Ben and I didn't really like it, I listened back to all our episodes just because I'm a glutton for picking myself apart, and I'm always curious like how our finished product comes out. But that was a fun episode, man. Like, not to toot our own horn, but like you could tell we were all just very relaxed, and at this point we've all probably got a pretty good feel for what each other is gonna say and get that sort of thing. So it's fun to see us like interact and play around and shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, we got the shit on Social D in that episode, and that was a lot of fun.
I even like the Social D album too.
That album fucking sucks.
It doesn't suck. It's pretty good.
It's fine.
I mean, they earned their reputation.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I agree.
Mike Nesser
they
earned their
definitely,
reputation.
yeah. What else was there? Let's Talk More Rock. Anytime we get to talk propaganda is always really fun because it's always a really interesting, just in general, like look at all the songs from a lyrical point.
Definitely, yeah, very good. Yeah, the propaganda ones there's so much to talk about.
Yeah, they're pretty much home runs just from a content standpoint.
The other nice thing about the propaganda, well, not nice thing, I was going to point out is we're not going to be able to talk about propaganda for a while.
I know. I was just thinking about that today.
Until the year 2000 or 2001.
90, I think it's 90 late. Is it 2001?
I think so, yeah.
Damn, I thought it was like tail end of 99.
No.
It was pretty close to 9/11.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I think maybe the Screw 32 episode was my favorite, just because of all the bands that we got to talk about. We got to talk about, AFI and the Nerve Agents and how all three of those bands connect, which I thought was really fun to just like learn about that as we did research before the episodes.
Yeah, I agree with those. I feel like every season we're gonna have like two that are just no-brainer awesome episodes. This season it was Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues and Let's Talk More Rock.
Yeah.
But I also feel like every season, and it's cool this season that it wound up being potentially three different ones, but one where you almost kind of don't expect it to be as good as it is. And so for me, it was the bracket episode. I'm also saying this because that was the one that I've most recently edited, and it was just a lot of fun to listen back to. And it was cool to do just because we talked about music that, is kind of far from, in certain respects at least, what we normally talk about on this. With Superchunk and the Promise Ring.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Were there any albums that we didn't get to that you guys would have liked to have figured out a way to slip in?
I don't know. I think I was pretty happy with what we were able to cover with Rival Records this year myself.
Yeah. I think maybe as speaking of bracket and how that was very firmly in the power pop camp. I do wish, it's probably potential we could still talk about it, but I've been really hooked on this band Material Issue, and that would have been a fun one to talk about. But that's like a more recent thing that I've gotten into those albums. But maybe at some point we'll be able to sneak that in there. Those first two records from Material Issue are really good.
I would be, yeah. I think there's definitely ways to fit something like that in with a.
There's more bracket, and so we could find a way to. I mean, there's definitely gonna be more power pop. Down the line here, so we could potentially pull that.
Josh, did you go? I think you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, I think it would have been fun. I don't know if Alex would have had as much fun, but I think it would have been fun to talk about "Humanity is the Devil" by Integrity for the strung out episode. It was my gateway to Integrity. And I think it's got some great songs on it, and it is again in that let's blend together Slayer and punk music.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just in a completely different way than what Strung Out does. The other one, and it would have never worked because it wasn't like a full album, but around the time that we covered was when the Kill Holiday single, Meant to Let You Down, came out.
Mhm.
And it would have been really fun to that song itself is just stupid fucking good.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people who may not like either the Kill Holiday EP or the Kill Holiday LP would probably love that single, if nothing else. I mean, it's that type of punk that, if not put out by Fat Wreck, it's like very close in the realm of it.
Sure.
Yeah, man. Kill Holiday. What a tragedy that was.
Yeah.
God damn, they were so good.
Yeah. Whew. All right. Well, I think for the episode, the actual meat of the episode, we should go back to where we're at now. You guys have built a buzz for yourselves. I mean, I'll tell you this much: the neo Nazis are real interested in booking you guys.
Is this because of the whole Swerve Driver thing? Because I told you that was an accident, and I didn't intend on booking Screwdriver for anything. It was a complete mix-up. God,
No,
one guy makes one mistake.
they just live on the outskirts of town, and they heard that there was a riot at your show, and
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
they just like fighting, and drinking and doing meth.
Jeez, okay.
The other thing that has happened is one of the children at the show, his father is Officer Feynman. Officer Feynman's a security guard at the nuclear power plant. He seems to pop in and out of existence, just kind of randomly.
Interesting.
And he really likes roast duck, so you could, potentially bribe him with that. But he's actually not even gonna need to be bribed because his kid had so much fun, and he heard that no more live music in town, and so he's offered to let you guys use a meeting room at the power plant.
Oh, okay.
So do you guys want to play at the Nazi trailer park or the power plant?
Power plant.
Power plant, yeah. We're gonna play at the. We're definitely playing at the power plant.
Yes.
There's nowhere else that we want to play between those two choices. I'd like to play at the power plant.
I want nothing to do with the other
The other location. Yeah, no, the power plant sounds fantastic.
All right. Well, that's good. Cool. So, Greg hears that you guys are going to play at the power plant, and he's like, "Hey guys, when are we leaving to go to the power plant?"
Fucking Greg.
Man, it's like, Greg, we don't use the jug usually.
Yeah, it was just a one-time thing, man. Like, don't get attached.
Greg can be the merch guy for now until we find.
Yeah, I mean,
better merch
Olivier
Okay.
can't run merch, obviously. So
Now that you guys have a merch guy, you can actually start earning merch at your shows, or earning money from merch at your shows.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Okay.
Well, Screen Press doesn't use any technology, right?
No, you can do it all analog. You need like light at some point, but I think you could probably manually rig something up to expose screens.
All right, good. Yeah. So,
we gotta get out of this town. Oh my god,
you guys have made some merch. I mean, yeah, you guys should be able to get out of the town probably after this. You're gonna have to play the sorority basement after this.
Hey, man.
Okay.
So, you guys take your gear to the power plant. The meeting room has hallways all around it, like meeting rooms usually do. There's a couple side rooms that you might want to look into. And there are stairs to the reactor. So Feynman and his son are there. And then the Nazis showed up too. They were they like the fighting aspect. They like the fact that there was nearly a riot, so they're going to be in attendance for this.
Great.
At the power
There's no way this doesn't end with superpowered Nazis. Like, this sucks.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't like this. I don't like this budding origin story.
I don't know how I feel about this.
So yeah, the Nazis are there, and some other people from town are there. And actually, Pretty Paul's sister is there. Her name is Krusty Christina. She's
Got pink eye.
Christina.
so Pretty Paul is not actually pretty. He looks gross. But Krusty Christina is she's hydrated, moisturized, and in her lane. She's a sorority. She's a sorority sister at State University.
I really like that.
She's a wicked smart physics major. So part of the reason she's there is, Paul told her about the power plant, and she was pretty interested in checking it out.
Okay, hang on a second though. Like we really didn't get like the full picture of Paul before we hired him, did we?
Yeah, you didn't tell us he was ugly.
Yeah, with the name like Pretty Paul, I thought like
thought we hired some hot guy.
Here's a slam dunk.
Here's Pretty Paul's description: huge nerd, doesn't like punk, but is also a music savant.
Yeah.
Loves speed.
Speed? The drug?
Speed.
Like grains?
No, like
Feed?
Methamphetamines.
Oh. Yeah, speed.
He's also
speed.
Yeah,
Speed. Okay. I thought you said feed, like animal feed.
Did you tell us this last time?
I thought so.
I asked about grains.
He's real into working on electronics. He has a hot sister named Krusty Christina who goes to school at State University.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at least somebody in this family.
I guess I didn't remember the speed part, but you definitely did not mention that he's not good looking.
Yeah, no. It's a joke name on him. Pretty Paul.
So is he hot though in the way that like chicks find street punk guys hot? Like how girls used to think the guys in the unseen were hot?
No, like, are there girls that are into Greg Ginn?
Yeah, that one on the webcam.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, he had like some girl like blew up a spot on a webcam years ago because she posted like photos of him like to prove it was him. She was like, "Stick out your tongue," and like there's photos of Greg Graffin sticking his tongue out on some girl's webcam.
Not Greg Graff and Greg Ginn.
Oh, I misunderstood. Yeah, probably not. No, I don't think anybody likes Greg Ginn.
I remember that. I remember that Greg Graffin thing. Yeah,
we all remember that. That was all over the internet. Well, at least
I think that even made it into a Nothing Nice to Say comic at one point.
Probably.
I mean,
I love my computer.
Yeah, that was the running. That and the Forbidden Beat were the two running jokes. I was a big fan of the latter.
It's a great Bad Religion song, by the way. Forbidden Beat.
It really is. I love my computer, not so much.
Isn't it about Mr. Brett doing heroin or something?
I feel like there's probably a good handful of songs about that, but yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. So you're at the power plant, and you guys are starting to set up. Is there anything you want to do before you play?
Can we check some of those side rooms? Are they monitored? Is there security? So
there is one that says security. On the door. I mean, I don't know if there's actually any monitoring in it, but it might be useful to go in and check that out.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the door is locked. Do you guys want to try to do a lock picking check?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it.
Oh, nat 20. Yeah, you just
dude, all that video game playing, picked or paid off.
So
like all that Far Cry time.
You go in and you see that there are monitors for the cameras. Do you want to turn those off?
Yes.
All right. You turn the cameras off. You also find a bag of mushrooms in the thing. Do you want to hold on to those?
100%.
Yeah.
I'll find it at some point. There is a page that tells you exactly what mushrooms do in here somewhere. We'll
Alright,
we'll
cool.
cross that bridge when we get to it. Actually, maybe I
Okay.
should cross it out. uh, yeah, power ups. Shrooms unlocks the wizard's rainbow spell for 4 turns, which does damage of 5 plus the wisdom modifier divided by 3, the floor of that. So if you guys want to use wizard's rainbow,
What is
A
that?
lot.
What does that even do?
it does 5 damage plus
But like,
whatever your wisdom.
but what's happening? Is it like psychological warfare or like?
Yeah, the drugs are they're magic mushrooms, man. You know they do magic things.
Is it? But is it doing damage to the person that takes it?
No, you're doing damage to other. You can cast the spell for 4 turns.
Okay, but what's happening when you cast the spell? I'm just curious. Do you know?
Well, from your perspective, a magic rainbow shoots out and hits the person. We're not really sure what's
Is
happening.
this rainbow attached to a sword hilt? Just
No, it's
stab 'em?
just
Just a blast, yeah, just a
Okay.
like it's like what is it? Is it magic missile? Is that the move in D&D?
Mm-hmm.
Just like the simple
I
magic
think so.
spell? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's one more room. You could also go down to the reactor. I think all that'll really do is give you guys radiation poisoning, though.
Is there any way we can get the
Mike?
Nazis to go down there? Like, oh, we're doing the show down
Yeah.
in the reactor.
Tell them we're
Yeah.
doing like a post-show, cover set, like a secret show.
Yeah. So you guys explain to the Nazis that you've got like a secret keg down in the reactor, and they say, "Is there meth down there?" What do you guys say?
We said yes, absolutely.
And
Suitcases of it.
So they
And we
go
have
down.
Miller Lite, not Bud Light, with their stupid cans. So we're really doubly winning them over.
I love the people who have already bought it and are like throwing it out like
Yep.
they're making
Like, you
some
bought
big
it, just
statement.
drink it, you idiot. Just drink it out of a cup.
And it's not even like they're selling cans like that either. Apparently, they just made a single can to commemorate this person, and they are losing their fucking shit.
That's even better.
Wait, really? They didn't even make the like.
It's
not
not
like
even a manufactured can. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't know
really?
that. That's incredible.
that's what I read. I mean, maybe
Oh.
I'm wrong, but yeah, it's not even like it's a mass-produced can. Like it was.
I mean, I
something
would
that was-
believe that level of idiocy. I mean, that tracks.
Yeah.
apparently, Kid Rock shot his Bud Lights.
Yeah, he did.
And
And then everyone immediately posted photos of him from like 2004 with one of the most famous drag queens in the world.
Yep, I saw
Like
that.
hanging out and like having a great time. Because that's, even though that guy's always been a moron, at one point in time he actually did stand for like, marginalized people in a way, like dumb as it may have been.
Yeah.
But once once you put a cowboy hat on and people start shoving all that sweet money in your wallet.
The best thing is all the people talking about go woke, go broke, but like all the companies they're talking about are like making record profits.
Right.
Yep. I mean, I couldn't believe when I saw like the list of all the different places. Like, yeah, not this, not this, not that. Like, all of those companies are doing quite well.
Yeah. I'm also a big fan of, like, not really related, but like the comedians that you get these articles of, like, comedians that are like, so and so said you can't say this, you can't say anything funny anymore. And all the people that say stuff like that are people who are famous for things other people have written for them. So like they never said anything what has Rob Schneider ever said of note? Like, Rob Schneider's famous because he was the stapler guy on SNL, and like somebody wrote a couple bad movies for him to be in.
I don't even remember that. I mean I remember the bad movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could we forget The Animal?
Oh my god.
All right, so you've already got the Nazis' money for the door, so that's pretty sweet.
Sweet.
But,
And we're gonna kill him, so win-win.
Radiation poisoning.
It's all about that long con.
all right, so You guys are tuning up. You are not in sync at all. You are you're in tune. And you definitely got the X factor. So it's a plus 2 for your quality. Now, not being in sync leads to a check, an even odd check for each song to determine if the song falls apart.
Oh no.
We can't
This feels very dangerous.
We can't course correct in the middle of the song.
No, you guys, you should just stop feeling it today.
Sometimes you just
Hang on a second. You just told
sometimes
us,
you wake up and everything sucks and everybody's fucked.
you just told us we had the X factor. What happened?
It's you got the X factor, but you can't play in sync. The X factor is more about your charisma.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's got to count for something.
Yeah, Fat Mike said you don't have to know how to sing, just have an attitude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the first song is not going to fall apart. Whether it gets over with the audience is a whole nother story. It did not. Paul is getting really nervous right now. He's embarrassing himself in front of his sister. They got a weird relationship.
Yeah. Well, is there another thing that you didn't tell us about Pretty Paul and his sister?
No. They're
just okay.
They're really close.
Okay.
Second song does not fall apart either, and it goes off pretty well.
Cool.
You guys rock a little too hard on the third song, and it falls apart.
Oh well.
And then the final song, you guys pull it off, but you critically fail. One of the guitar strings on Pretty Paul, because he's nervous, and he's freaking out. One of the guitar strings on Pretty Paul's guitar breaks during the last song. So, Feynman pays you $50. And he's kind of like, he's not happy about it, but he deals a deal. He said, next time bring me some roast duck. Your merch sales are going to be, let's see. You guys got about $120 in merch sales.
Hey, it's not bad.
That's
what I've heard is Zoomers really love buying merch. They really only know how to express their individuality by consuming things. And so you guys made out. Did I say $120?
Yeah.
Yeah. $160 for the day. That's all great and well, but you hear some screaming from outside the meeting room.
Oh.
It's actually more like a low level growl or grunt. What do you do?
We have our short swords, right?
Yeah, they're still.
They're in my case.
Okay.
My base case.
Well, we should at least arm
grab
ourselves.
those bad boys.
In some way for whatever's coming.
Yeah. So Pretty Paul is going to eat the shrooms and do the wizard attack.
Oh, okay.
And 3 of the neo-Nazis tried to smoke the radioactive waste, thinking that it was methamphetamines. And so now they are radioactive mutant Nazis. And they're all wielding baseball bats.
I thought they were just going to get sick.
I mean, they're going to get cancer eventually from this. But
I did say long game. Yeah.
But the meeting, they've entered the meeting room. So you two have swords. Pretty Paul has just eaten mushrooms.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. the Nazis have bats. So I'm gonna roll for initiative.
Man, thank God you got those swords.
Or actually, I'll
Yes.
need to roll. I said highest dex gets initiative. Let's see. Pretty Paul has a 17.
Pretty good.
You guys, you guys did bass and drums, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the drummer.
So 18, 17, 15. And I don't think the Nazis are very dexterous. So let me double check that.
They're usually pretty not labor.
They have low dex. So you guys all get the initiative on this. All right. So let's see here. Pretty Paul, he's the well actually, let's see here. Alex, you go first. You wanna hack one of those Nazis with a sword?
I thought you'd never ask.
See here, 15. And then you swung the sword, so it's a 9 plus your 8, 17. Yeah. Yeah, so you did 17 damage to the Nazi.
Nice, dude.
He is, I'm gonna tell you, he's not dead yet, but he is getting close.
Okay.
You took out more than half of his HP. Like you chopped off part of his left arm. Now
Nice.
sadly, his right arm is his beaten arm, and so he's got the bat in that arm. But he's in pain, but he doesn't realize it because of the radiation.
Naturally.
All right, Pretty Paul is he's gonna finish off that same Nazi and hit him with 5 plus whiz over 3. 11. Yeah. So Pretty Paul makes some hand motions and then goes pushes his hands forward. I realize that not everybody may be watching me right now, so pushes his hands forward, and then the Nazi drops dead. You don't see anything that's happening.
Oh, okay.
From Pretty Paul's perspective, he just shot rainbows out of his hand, and the Nazi fell dead.
Wow.
But from your perspective, he was just doing some weird hand movements, and the guy just keeled over. So yeah, the one Nazi down. Josh, are you gonna take a swing?
I'm gonna go for the head if I can on this last one.
Okay. Well, he's not the last one.
Oh, okay.
There were 3 total.
Well, regardless, let's go for him. Swing away, Meryl.
Yeah, you do some pretty good. Another 17 damage on the
All right.
Nazi.
Okay.
And then now it's the Nazi's turn.
Hmm.
So you care. Hopefully this is not as much of a bloodbath. But I'm worried it might be. So he walks over with the baseball bat, takes a swing at we'll say they perceive Pretty Paul to be
He's the most
they-
dangerous
they-
one because he's got magic powers.
Right.
well no. They think he's he's the weakest link.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
Huh.
So one of them the one who had just been hit by Josh. He's got like a big gash on the side of his leg, and he posts up, takes a swing, and he does 15 damage to Pretty Paul.
Ooh.
Pretty Paul is hurt. He's hurt. He's still standing, but he's kind of his left arm is broken.
I imagine the mushroom trip is helping him out with the pain a little bit.
And then the second mutant Nazi, he gets it at 20. And
No.
he wraps up Pretty Paul. Pretty Paul is on the ground. You guys don't know what's going to happen to him.
God.
He's
not
twitching.
going well. It's not going well.
All right. So, let's see here. All right, Alex, you again.
Is there anything in the environment I could use to do like a group attack? Like, is there like a drop ceiling that I can like destroy and have it fall on them or anything like that? Just because, I could finish off the one that got hit last, but I just wanted to check and see if there was a way that I could do damage to him and the other guy.
So it's like the tiles on the roof and like the fluorescent stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, like a drop ceiling.
Yeah.
I don't. You could try. I mean, how would you go about knocking it down?
Yeah. Just trying to think of what we could do to do like a group attack. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just gonna have to go after that one that's already wounded.
Yeah, go after the weakest link.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea.
All right, you take him down. He
All right.
is. There are 2 dead radioactive Nazis on the ground right now, and Pretty Paul is. Christina's actually tending to him. She's
Okay.
giving him first aid at the
Thank
moment.
God.
Lucky she was there. All right, and then Josh, you're gonna go for that last Nazi,
Let's do it.
and you hit him, and he's still not down, but he's hit. This one, you actually got him in like the side,
Mhm.
and you think that might like take away a lot of his power, but he just seems completely unmoved.
Jesus Christ. Mutant Nazis are the worst. Worse than Chicago Nazis.
So the mutant Nazi takes a swing, and he took a swing at you, Josh, and he just really, really rears into it, and he just whiffs.
Oh, thank God.
Just right over your head. All right, now Alex, I assume you still want to attack.
Let's get him.
Avenge me, even though I'm fine.
All right. So you hit this new Nazi, Josh. Oof. Let's see. That's a close one. Oh, you got him. You got him.
Oh,
He's
Thank
he's
God.
down. He's dead. Richard Feynman is freaking the fuck out. Officer
Naturally.
Feynman. Sorry, I based Officer Feynman on Richard Feynman. Because he works at a nuclear power plant. But anyways, he's freaking out. He's like, "Oh my God, we have all these dead Nazis here. This can't happen again." He's freaking out.
What can't happen? We'll just throw all the bodies in the reactor.
There's like he goes down into the reactor area, and there's just a bunch of like dead glowing Nazis on the ground. Like these were the only 3 that survived smoking the waste.
It seems like a win
That's
to
my
me.
favorite Municipal Waste album, by the way, Smoking the Waste.
Have you heard the Singer's new band record?
No.
It's called Heaven's Gate. It's really good.
Man, I'll have to check that out.
They really timed it well for the new CNN documentary. So here's the aftermath. Feynman is grateful that you saved him and his son, but he says that you will never be allowed to play at the power plant again. You guys are like pretty much banned in Luddatown.
We are really blowing up our spot everywhere we go.
But the good news is Krusty Christina says, we do monthly shows in the sorority basement, and we'd really like to have you guys over. So next time that we pick this up, which could be in the middle of next season, it might not be for another year where you've all forgotten about what we've talked about right now. Let's hopefully not make it another year. But in the interest of brevity, we will pick this back up at some point within a year. And the next place to go is to State University Town to play Krusty Christina's sorority's basement.
right.
That's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've got a plot cooked up for that.
Okay, good.
Man.
I didn't expect to get into so many fights.
Dude, it was great. That was
Well,
so much fun.
it's like tabletop RPG, right? Like
Right.
combat.
I thought maybe you'd find a different way to have confrontations. That's all. But yeah, this
Well,
is fun.
there's silly confrontations though
Yeah,
too.
of course.
Like I'm aiming for something not unlike a Earthbound.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a perfect description of what you're doing. Is like punk Earthbound.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Love
Oh man, to the listeners, look forward to season 3. We are gonna. I think we've got some. You know, we're still finalizing the lineup, but we've got some really good records. To all the Lagwagon heads who like listen to our Lagwagon episodes like crazy, and then don't listen to anything else. You guys are gonna really like that. Double Platinum is next season.
I love that record.
This is what I've noticed. Like the Lagwagon episodes have like twice the listens of everything else, at least.
Still a very popular band.
Yeah. So more Lagwagon coming next season. More Strung Out coming next season. More Good Riddance. More Bracket. It'll more Tilt even.
Yeah, we're really starting to hit a stride where I think we're all like there's all records these first couple seasons we've all had and that we've enjoyed. But it's like we're hitting the stride of stuff where like we were all buying these like actively as they were coming out, which is probably the most exciting part of the show so far for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna. I'm hoping that next season we do both more Back to the Future and more Before They Got Fat.
Yeah, Before They Got Fat is a fun one.
We got a couple of those cooked up, I believe, and maybe a couple Back to the Futures.
We're going to introduce our new segment called They Got Fat and Died, where bands released one record off of Fat and then they broke up.
Well, then what are we going? Are we just going to talk about them breaking up or
I
something?
don't know. I just wanted to make that joke. I'm not actually going to attempt to even put that segment together. I just wanted to be stupid.
Well, thank you all for listening, and good night and good luck.